What's up, guys? So today I'm getting to spend time with this beautiful R8 V10 Plus. It's actually my good friend Brian's car. It's a gorgeous machine. I think the color on this thing is what makes it stand out. I've seen a few R8 V10 Pluses, but this color really pops. And as I was talking to him, he did explain something to me which kind of made sense. This kind of it doesn't look like a color that you would normally see on a Lamborghini, because they use a different kind of green, like the Verde Mantis and things like that. This kind of looks like a Porsche color, and I mean, since this car is Audi, it does kind of make sense. And he did some research, and this color is called grün, which apparently in German means green. And I've really never seen an R8 V10 Plus with this kind of color. I think it's so cool. It's pretty loud, but it really works with this car, and I think it makes the carbon fiber pop so much more. Like, you have the spoiler, you can see the sides a bit more, even like, for example, when I look at the black R8, like most of my cars are black, they kind of hide the carbon accents. With this car, it really shows the carbon that's with the car. For example, even this lip right here that's in carbon fiber, you can really see it pop with the color, the mirrors, the sides, the mirrors over here, the sides as well. It's all carbon, and as well as the spoiler and part of the diffuser as well, the whole diffuser actually. There we go. I love the diffuser. It's very chunky and it's so cool. It's actually, you know, these are not for looks, that they're all functional when they go really deep under the car. So yeah, driving this thing, it's super interesting to drive. Obviously ceramic brakes to stop you with that 610 horsepower engine. And this car isn't, I mean, you guys, again, I don't like to bore you all with the specs, because, you know, for those of you that don't know, this is basically a Huracan chassis with a Huracan engine, and it's just 2 years after the Huracan was released. So they made the first R8 V10 Plus, so they did say that there were some improvements on this car, and I actually do believe it. I'll show you a bit from the inside of this car. It's got diamond stitched leather, black diamond stitched, white stitching, and it's also got the diamond stitched roof that's also Alcantara. This one does have a lot of carbon, also on the center trim, on the side sills here as well. Yeah, driving this car and driving the, well, can't really say base 610, because the Huracan LP 610 is amazing, but driving this car and driving the Huracan 610, this actually really does feel like a better driver. I haven't tracked this one or tracked the Huracan LP 610, so I wouldn't know how it would perform on a track, things like that. But driving on roads like this, I really do believe the R8 V10 Plus is better than the standard LP610. I'm not talking about Performantes or the new Huracan Evos, the rear wheel or the all-wheel drive. I'm just comparing this car to the base Huracan LP610. This really does feel like it drives better, in my opinion. Also, this one does have the Pilot Sport 4Ss. These tires are awesome tires. Get some heat in them and they really become very sticky, and they hold. And this car is all-wheel drive too. I mean, we all know that the Quattro four-wheel drive system is one of, if not the best four-wheel drive system in the world. That's one thing I'll say Audi does an amazing job with. It's their Quattro system. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much. Again, my reviews of the car aren't really like hey, yeah, this is 610 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, blah, blah, blah. You can read that on Google. You can Google that stuff. I'm here to actually see how it is to kind of live with. How does it drive? How does it make me feel? Does it make me feel happy? Those kind of things, because that's really what you buy a car for. You're not gonna just buy it for statistic sheets. And I really do think the aesthetic factor in this car, with the looks and all that, is on point. This is why I don't want to bore you with statistics, because I want to get to driving. right, so we're gonna launch the car. I have everything set. I put it in performance mode. I have traction off and everything, so let's do the launch. So yeah, let's do it. All I can say is thank God for ceramic brakes. I do like the sound of this car. I love the dash, super informative. It's got everything you need. And normally I don't like steering wheels with too many buttons. You know what I mean? I don't like, because this is a performance car, you are meant to be turning the wheel here and there. Turn over here. I don't want to go outside of these roads because then we're not on private roads anymore, and I want to be able to enjoy this car on private roads. So all right, so put it in park. I know you don't really have to put the handbrake or the e-brake up, but I always like to do that in general. And yeah, if I didn't show anyone the key, this is the key of the R8. Let's turn it off. Let's go outside. Yeah, okay. I mean, with the nature around and the color, I mean, this thing really is super badass. Such a cool car. Again, when you have a V10 like this and a double clutch transmission, you can't really complain. I also love that the engine bay is carbon fiber. I don't want to open it because it's there, it's clear, you can see everything. There's no need to actually open the glass. So yeah, the brace is cool. I'm gonna actually talk to Ryan and see if he'd be willing to paint the brace that's over the engine, to paint it in a very similar green to the car, the OEM color, of course, using the OEM paint. I think that would be super cool. Just the sound of that V10 is so pleasurable, and it's really sweet. Like it's just a fun, and it makes me happy, it makes you feel good. I do think, and I can't wait actually for the exhaust, which is Ryan's getting a Soul exhaust installed on this car, and I think it's gonna scream. The V10 on this car has so much more sound potential. This thing is really capable of making some amazing music. And even now, like, I'm surprised, like even the stock exhaust on these things, they really sound good. Honestly, they sound good. They're within the legal noise limit and everything, and when you want it to be in quiet mode, you don't want to wake up your neighbors at 6 a.m. in the morning, it's perfect. But yeah, I still also believe that getting an exhaust for this car, obviously it'll make it louder, but I do believe there will be some performance enhancing capabilities definitely when the exhaust is installed. Also, usually some good aftermarket exhaust. I know you always hear like people who review cars saying, oh, you will never have aftermarket exhaust makers that make it as good as the manufacturer. In many cases that's true, but you have to recognize that the manufacturer is forced to comply with lots of rules, regulations, they're not the emissions, things like that. So you can't have everything. You can't have a car that's 100% eco-friendly and 100% quiet and 100%. You can't have everything. With these cars though, you have the option to have, for example, exhausts with flaps on, like this one, which is OEM. But I do think with that engine, an aftermarket exhaust will suit the car fantastically, and I think that's why Ryan is doing what he's doing. I really can't wait to hear this thing scream. Not that I'm complaining at all about the sound right now. I love the OEM sound because, again, you have the loud exhaust and the normal exhaust, and you can basically on the push of a button you can change that. Yeah, she's a beauty. I love the spec of this car. Really nice, really comfortable to drive. I think this is a very underrated car. I think the R8 V10 Plus is a very underrated car. It's super comfy to drive, super quick. I mean, very quick car. Traction, it grips, it holds, and like I said, because of the 4S, the Pilot Sport 4S, they're really good tires. Right there. Another thing about this car is that it does actually, because it is kind of a daily supercar, you can daily this thing. It's got good ground clearance relatively for a supercar, and it does have, I mean, space. You can put things if you're not, obviously if you're not carrying a passenger with you, you can use the seats as well, the passenger seat, but you can definitely do some kind of shopping with this car. Again, it is a supercar, so you don't imagine that the space would be too massive, but you can still do, it's a grocery getter. You can actually do that with this car. Not that you'd want to, I don't know anyone who would want to, but still you can, and you have the capabilities to do so.